with our speaker, Rachelle. Welcome, Rachelle.
Thank you very much, Irene, and special thanks to Morris, who's got me into Zoom this evening. Thank you very much for your technical expertise. So in this month of Elul, there's the time for introspection, forgiveness, spiritual accounting, and interestingly, of course, it's a time of change, some subtle changes of nature, as Irene's just pointed out, that the days are starting to get shorter, and obviously if we look out, the trees are starting to change colour as autumn beckons. So we're now in a couple of weeks preparation for the Yomim Noraim, with spiritual accountability and returning to Teshuvah. So it's an important time actually to reach out to others, and also gaining experience by the challenges and the difficulties that we might have faced had this supported our growth. But it's also a chance to review, assess and evaluate our accomplishments, challenges and our shortcomings for the year. And it's also a time to get in touch with the essence of what is important in our life, with new levels of relationships and achievements and goals that we were able to make. And it's important to realise that some people have had a very good year, whilst others have found it difficult, therefore becoming somewhat discouraged and burdened by their setbacks. And it's now an opportunity, as I said, for change and positivity. But we also have these melancholic feelings at the loss of loved ones, friends and members of the community. So in the Parsha this week, as we know, Moshe is preparing the Bnei Israel to enter the land after 40 years. And of course, the Bnei Israel are now the second and possibly the third generation. And he reminds them about the blessings which Hashem will reward them with if they follow the laws of the Torah. And also, of course, the bad things that will befall them if they abandoned their commandments. And he concludes by saying, they have attained a heart to know, eyes to see, and ears to hear. And during our time in lockdown, there was one thing that we needed more than ever, and that was communal prayer. And the lockdown, in some respects, has been seen as a curse. And of course, we think of the Bnei Israel, because they couldn't reach the promised land for 40 years. They were in exile originally in Mitzrayim. And then, of course, there was the episode of the golden calf and the Meriglim, which precluded them from entering. But for us, during the lockdown, we were not able to do Teshuvah on our own. We were able to do Teshuvah on our own, but not with the community. But we think about how we were able to go in our tefillah at our own individual pace, take our own time, and examine different aspects of our tefillah and tehillim at the same time. Possibly also listening to more to the poetry itself, and the more engaged we became. For Moshe, he was chosen as the leader of Bnei Akiva, Bnei Israel, and to be Hashem's messenger. And Moshe reminded Hashem that he was not a man of words, as he had a stammer. And Moshe had listened and heard Hashem, and he passed the commandments from him on to the people. But praying is just about as much as listening as speaking, so that in effect we can actually pass on change to ourselves. And now we are fortunate to come together as a Kehillah in this month. We should appreciate our community more, our own individual contributions, and we should now look out for each other and having a true communal spirit. And as Yomim Noraim are only a few weeks away, we trust that everybody is going to have peaceful and rewarding year. And I'd just like to reflect on the loss in the community this week of Naomi Benson, Zikrona Livraka, because she was one of the founders of the community and did so much for the youth in terms of the Girl Guides. She became not only well known in the area, but in the district and also nationally. And so many people remember what she did. And I had the opportunity to visit her when I interviewed her for our Zoom program, The Kentoneers. She had come from a musical family. In fact, her father played the cello. And this musical gene, if you like, has continued in Naomi's son, Simon, who is a professional double bass player. Naomi had a remarkable memory, and I enjoyed spending time with her. And what was astonishing, that she actually made dolls' houses, and she had a room, a workshop set up at home with drills and saws, and she even made the models for her houses. She dressed immaculately and was so modern in outlook, vivacious, lively, and interested in everything around her, enthusiastic with great positivity, a role model to us all, being well over 90. So may her memory be for a blessing. Wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Thank you very much, Rachelle. That was really nice mentioning Naomi in that way. Some things we didn't know about her as well. She was really lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.